First they were lost, then they were found, then it became a question of whether they could be rescued. 12 schoolboys whose football team was called the Wild Boars, and their coach, a young man who didn't keep them out of trouble but certainly kept them alive once they were in it. It was a story of kindness, of bravery and of loss. One of the rescue team died whilst working, of course, and it ended with something that felt almost magically good. All of the lost boys and their coach making it out. It's been revealed the boys were given anti-anxiety medication to avoid panic on their journeys through the narrow and flooded caves, and one by one they did rejoin the world. Joy from onlookers as the last rescuers involved in freeing the final 4 schoolboys and their soccer coach emerged from inside the flooded caves after successfully ending a perilous mission that gripped the world for 2.5 weeks. Today, volunteers who'd worked to drain water from the cave were amongst those celebrating. Rock climber Suti Samat helped authorities search the chimneys inside the cave for the missing schoolboys.
We the most happy is that the first time we heard that the boys we found them groups, so that the most happy that we already had. And after that, through the time now everyone is leave the cave. Okay, so I mean this plan project is a success.
A multinational crew of more than 1,000 people all up had been involved in the search and rescue missions after the boys first went missing on June 23rd. British diver Jonathan Vollanthen was the first to find them.
How many of you? 13. Brilliant.
His mother Jill said whilst immensely proud, she'd been anxious for her son after former Navy diver Saman Gunan lost his life delivering air into the caves. She said Jonathan had sent her just one email during the previous week.
I think he probably sent one when the gentleman lost his life just to reassure us that he was okay. But it also pointed out to the rest of the rescuers that it is a difficult mission. And I was also concerned after the first entry to rescue the boys. They were going in again the next day, but fortunately they've done it 3 days and they're all out now.
The governor of Chiang Rai said the final 4 boys and their coach rescued overnight had joined their 8 teammates in hospital, where they would remain for at least a week in quarantine. He said with permission from doctors, parents were permitted to visit and see their children through a glass panel until they were all well enough to be physically reunited. As the news went global, American entrepreneur Elon Musk, US President Donald Trump and British Prime Minister Theresa May joined a happy Twitter chorus congratulating the rescue team, whilst the Manchester United Football Club extended an invitation to the Wild Boars, that's the team's name, to visit them at Old Trafford. And there was also an invitation to go to the Football World Cup final in Russia this weekend, although medical staff said that is not going to happen. The boys were mostly in surprisingly good health. 2 are suspected to have mild pneumonia, 1 has a slow heartbeat, and another is recovering from a foot injury. Jill Vollanthen says her son hopes to return to the UK soon.
That was my first feeling of relief that they'd found them. Again, not realising how much effort and teamwork, which is so important, it took to get them out, and thank God they're all out safely, and they have my love, and I'm delighted for them all.
The cave, which is expected to eventually become a tourist attraction, although albeit with some areas roped off and obviously good rain warnings applying, has been temporarily closed. Is now taking place up there. CNN's Ivan Watkin is there. He'll join us live later in the program. He's been filing wonderfully from the scene for CNN and he'll be with us in the next hour or so.